Lepik. This is much better from Gerrit Badenhorst, but the bar is getting a little lower on his chest. 1.5 times round now, but slowing up, and it's gonna go down. Doesn't seem too impressed, but that is a good score. Oh dear, he needs some oxygen back in those lungs, and the measurement, 608 degrees. That's quite a good lead for Gerrit Badenhorst. Berend Veneberg next to go, and like Gerrit, needs to go well. Now, one thing this Dutchman has in abundance is determination. I think he's going to like this one. Big, strong legs again, and a grip like a vice. Easily round halfway, and Sylvia there encouraging him once again. It's important to have somebody to tell you how you're doing. Over 360, past Paul, and now for Gerrit Badenhorst's mark. He looks as though he's losing his grip though. He's desperately trying to clasp his hands again. Back on the move, but it is a real struggle. 608 degrees the target. He's getting very, very close. Oh, he's gone past him. But that was agony. A great effort and totally drained. He's in the lead.
Yeah, maar wat dan? Ik cannot breathe anymore. The last 5 meters, not air meer. And it's almost you go like this and try to fight.
He fought very well, didn't he? And Dupuis here is a fighter too. It's Canada once again. Well, he's very experienced in the world of strength, but I'm not sure he's encountered anything like this before. Slower steps than the rest, but it's very, very steady. But you can see how low the bar is. Oh, now that's a surprise. Just over half a circle and it's gone. Dupuis in last place. The top two now, starting with Heinz Ollesch. I wonder if they can keep the top 2 spots after this. The reigning champion, merely a spectator. Well, there's lots of strapping and chalk on the arms and hands to make sure the grip is solid. And he's moving very well. The load of 880 pounds is making rapid progress. Approaching 1 revolution, and going well is the German. A little bit of a stagger. It's looking so awkward. Now Heinz is slowing up. He's not quite up to Badenhorst's marker. And he's really coming to a grinding halt. That is very slow, and he's gone down. What an effort. And Heinz in 3rd place with 1 to go. Veneberg is still in the lead. The big Swede, Magnus Samuelsson, now looking for double top. He was brilliant in that first event. Referee Dougie Edmonds about to send him away. And he does seem to be carrying it quite low, but after all, he is 2 meters tall. This is the guy that broke a competitor's arm in an arm wrestling competition a couple of years ago. He's very tough and strong. He's taking quite short steps, but he is approaching 360, and that's good. If you can get round another 3/4 turn, it's another 6 points. He's really going for it. He's certainly got them in his sights. Oh, this looks ominous for Veneberg. Tristan standing on the spot that he needs to get to win it. And it looks as though he's got it. Yes, he has. Top of the class once again. And Mrs. Samuelsson is delighted.
Wow, emotional scenes, but Magnus has improved 100% on last year, and all that dedication is showing.
It is also an advantage to go last, because you know, you can always walk 1 extra step if you need to.
Now, there's no doubt who's in first place in this heat at the moment. You've won 2, you've got 12 points, but second place is looking very interesting.
Yeah, but we're only halfway, so maybe only got 14 points when it's over, you never know.
Well, that seems highly unlikely if he keeps up that sort of form. Even at the halfway point, it seems the rest are just fighting for second place.
Now some shade for the men by the poolside here at the Prima Donna. For the Flintstone lift, a long competition, we join it halfway through. Each man has 5 lifts, so careful weight selection is vital. It's a game of tactics.
Ginaud, Dupuis.
So Ginaud attempting 341 pounds, 155 kilos, in what I suppose is the closest we're ever going to get to a traditional weightlifting event in strongest man. Like the clean and jerk, it's up to the chest and then above the head with arms straight.
No!
Oh, the first movement is a bit ragged and he can't hold it. Now again, if possible, no! It hits the dirt. Paul Lepik now with the same weight. Now don't expect any smooth weightlifting techniques here. Their success comes from raw power. Good starting position. Oh my goodness, he's so strong. And no push at all with the legs, he just presses it out. That is awesome. And Natasha is delighted. The overall leader now in an exercise where his big frame could be a disadvantage. There aren't too many world-class weightlifters around who are 6'6" tall. Slowly up. Oh, look at that, he's resting it on his belt. I'm not sure that's allowed, but he's up to halfway now. A big push, oh yes! If he learns the technique correctly, the rest are in trouble. And the overall leader looking good for more.
Very interesting technique.
Yeah.
Everybody outside was saying, you can't do that.
Yeah, but see, first you feel like going down again and speed up, but then I was thinking, when anyway have it uphill, let's continue.
Heinz Ollesch to go at 160 kilos. That's about the weight of a fridge freezer full of food. He pulls it up so quickly, but he was nearly off balance. Now he needs a big push with the legs. Yes, and that is very strong. A great effort from the German. Paul Lepik now with the last of his maximum 5 attempts. He actually failed this a few moments ago. Oh, it's very ragged, but the Canadian is so strong. Now he must lock out. He gets it, but I don't think his right arm looks straight to me. Berend Veneberg giving us the evil eye. This is his last attempt too. Each competitor can choose 5 weights, but as his last successful lift was at 150, if he fails this, he's going to finish down in 5th place. Total concentration. Oh, that looks very painful. He may have ripped a muscle very badly here. Dupuis is last. And that could be the end for Veneberg. We'll have to wait and see. Now what can Magnus do? It's his last lift too. I wonder if he's going to try and lift it onto the belt again. It wouldn't be allowed in the Olympics, but the rules are relaxed here. Oh, he can't do it this time. He can try it again. It's close. And he's got it. Now, can he take it all the way up to the chest? One more big effort from here. 160 kilos. He can't quite manage it. He couldn't straighten his arms. Gerrit Badenhorst practicing the technique. And Heinz working out all the possible scoring permutations. And here comes Gerrit Badenhorst, warmed up and raring to go. 165 kilos, that's just like 2 13-stone men. And it's only his 3rd weight attempted, so he must be confident. Oh, very good technique, so smooth and strong. A very easy press out, and already he's in the lead. Now what's going on here? Heinz glaring back at Gerrit. Certainly some gamesmanship going on somewhere. Heinz coming onto the platform now with Brindis' girlfriend shouting that this weight is no problem, but it's massive, 170 kilos, and he will need this to go into the lead. There's a lot of tension around here. Oh, well, that technique seems to be popular now, the same as Samuelsson. Oh, he's bending his back far too much. That's dangerous. He can't do it, but he is guaranteed second place and 5 points. The South African has won amidst a bit of tension between the two.
Magnus finally loses an event to the South African Gerrit, but was it experience or anger that helped him win? Either way, he takes 6 points.
So the Bloemfontein bull is beginning to come alive a little bit.
Yeah, thanks to Heinz.
But even that victory means there's a lot of work to do and even more fireworks between Gerrit and Heinz. Samuelsson looks safe in first spot.
The tension's rising along with the mercury. We've come into the deserts for the final event in this heat, the power stairs. Those weights at 200 kilograms have to be carried up the stairs and placed on the top. Now, Heinz Ollesch, the German, is the heaviest man in this heat, but he's still only 150 kilograms. So you can imagine the kind of weight that they're heaving up to the top of these stairs, not just once, but 3 times.
There's Magnus contemplating a place in the final, but what about the other two big contenders?
So, are you two speaking to each other then?
No problem. No, I don't want to speak to him. No, me and Heinz are good friends.
But will you remain friends?
Yeah, no, always. No, we're good friends, competitors, competition. That's what is, what it's all about. So.
Well, if those two came to blows, I certainly wouldn't want to be around them. But we have the first two guys, Paul Lepik and Ginaud Dupuis in 5th and 6th places. They've got no chance of making the final, but they have put on a good show. Now this is a combination of every bit of strength these guys have got. As Philippa said, each one of these weights weighs 200 kilos, that's 440 pounds, and they are going to be absolutely wrecked when they're finished. Paul Lepik sprinting back down the stairs. Dupuis, I think, is going to find this very tough. He's got his first one up, and Paul Lepik going very well. It's 2-1 to the man on the right. Gerrit staying out of the burning heat. And Lepik obviously tiring, but he's well ahead. Dupuis will do well to finish this one. It's the last little bit that's so hard. Now the weight has to go all the way onto the top. And Paul Lepik is just about there. He's done it. 1 minute 30.48. I'm not sure about the man on the other side. I think the stairs have beaten Dupuis. Not too much warming up needed out here for Heinz. And this is where it gets really interesting. Gerrit has to beat Heinz by at least 1 place to make it through to the final. He's actually being accompanied by Regan Vagadal, who was in the last programme, taking the place of Berend Veneberg, who unfortunately is injured. Now Gerrit is a former world record holder in the deadlift, so he's very strong in pulling that weight off the ground. He's looking very fast and confident. He looks as though he's on schedule, but the two big guns come on next, Ollesch and Samuelsson. Gerrit has been a permanent fixture in the final for quite a few years now, and these guys know he's a class act. Just 4 or 5 more to go. It's very fast. But as we've seen, just one slip can cost you dearly. He's got to keep the pressure on. Oh my goodness, he can't get it up that last step. He's losing seconds. He's got to push it all the way on. 54.35. Oh, no more. No more. That's a nice moment. He finishes with that flashing smile, but is it enough? This is a big moment for both men. Heinz must beat Gerrit.
What was my time, by the way?
It was just under 60 seconds. Not good enough?
The next 60 seconds are going to tell us whether he's right. Magnus can afford a little slip-up, but knowing him, he'll want to dominate from start to finish. It's just Heinz in the lead by a whisker. Now, these two guys are big friends and would love to be in the final together. Magnus is actually pulling Ollesch back bit by bit. Gerrit won't have long to wait to see if he's made it.
I got it. I know it is here.
Look at this, what a great finish to a very competitive heat. Heinz Ollesch seems to have found some extra energy from somewhere, and it looks as though he could win this. It's on, he's got it. Magnus just a shade behind him, and now the celebrations can really begin.
So in the last event, Heinz, Magnus and Gerrit have all scored well, taking first, second and third, but only 2 men can go through to the final.
No! No! Congratulations, Hans deserves it.
A nice moment to finish a tremendous third heat. Magnus and Heinz looking good for the final, but the old warhorse just misses out.
What are we going to do without you in the final?
I've been in for 5 years, so it's time to go home.
Now you're both through to the final. You missed out last year as well. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you in the final. Tremendous. Well done.
Fantastic to see Magnus Samuelsson through to the final in such amazing style. He's really worked hard this year and it's obviously paid off. But Gerrit is out and back to South Africa to face a new challenge, fatherhood. The final is going to look very different this year. Maybe a new generation of strong men are breaking through. Before that though, one more heat here in the Nevada desert. Make sure you don't miss it. Bye.
You can see the final heat tomorrow on BBC One at
I'll be back.